I'm Mike Royer with an extended interview in this Health Matters Web Extra. Hello everybody, welcome once again to Health Matters. Suzanne Hinson, registered dietitian and nutritionist. Looks very summery in your bright yellow today. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Mike.
We have talked before about safe eating outside in the summertime. Lots of people hitting the highways now. And you got some tips for us today about traveling and not necessarily having to stop to buy food all the time. What's some of your guidance on that?
Absolutely, Mike. So many people are hitting the road, and it's fantastic to see families visiting other family members and friends. One thing with traveling, particularly with children, is I have people say to me, but it seems like they're hungry all the time. I can't find anything that satisfies them, that I don't want to have to stop. So I want to give you some keys on how to keep not only those children, but yourself satisfied, so you're not finding yourself in, a gas station every other few miles looking for food.
And if you travel a great distance for a few days, that really adds up expense-wise. I'm guessing with some smart items like you've got, we can keep the cost down a bit.
Absolutely. So I'm going to show you some things that combine not only some of the easy snacks that we tend to grab, okay? For example, I don't know a child yet that hasn't had some goldfish, okay? But the key is going to be to put some protein with it, and that protein, such as these cheddar cheese slices, okay, is going to help that child and you feel full.
Do those have to be refrigerated because they're cheese, or are they okay wrapped like they are?
They're okay for a few hours. Now, one thing I like to do is, particularly if you're traveling longer distances, you can either pack an ice block, okay, such as this, or if you're traveling really long distances, I always encourage people, look for coolers that plug into either your USB port or into the cigarette lighter, and that ensures that these products stay safe for the duration of your trip.
As long as that trip as long as it's refrigerated, it's fine. The shelf life on that stuff is great.
Right.
Tell me specifically then, how do we keep children happy who see that fast food restaurant and think, oh, I want to stop there, but you've got healthier alternatives in the car. They need to be attractive and good.
Right. So one thing you can do with children is give them something that's all their own. They're not having to share it with siblings. And that's why I love these small cheese and fruit packs, or you can get celery and baby carrots. And I like to get individual dressing, such as here's an individual ranch dressing. And so that child has that all to him or herself.
It's kind of like opening a present. When you have something that's packed like that, it's attractive and it's good for them as well.
Right, and it's all theirs.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And that, if you've ever traveled with children, all mine is a very important thing, isn't it?
All mine, right,
all
exactly.
Mine. It's all mine. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's another fantastic thing about snack products that have been on the market a couple years. For example, you've got these combinations of nuts and dried fruit, okay? And these are wonderful to pack, easy for a child to peel off, as well as love the individual peanut butter that you can take on the road. Pair it with this small package of lower sugar cookies, and that child or you has a protein-rich snack that's also satisfying and reminds you of home.
If you plan ahead well enough, can this in fact replace a meal, or do you think of these really as just snacks when someone in the back seat goes, Mommy, I'm hungry?
Yeah, or the person in the side seat in the front seat says that as well. So if you can make some of these a little bit of a heartier snack, they may replace that meal and you can stay on the road longer. Here is one of my absolute favorite products. These are mini bell peppers. You can simply cut the top off of these, stuff them with a cheese stick, or a mozzarella cheese stick, and you've got a little protein-rich meal, plenty of vegetable, and that'll also help keep you hydrated as well, so you're not just relying solely on your water.
Speaking of hydration, I noticed you have water, then you have something that's a brand name that maybe has some additives to it. What's the best thing to have for hydration?
Water.
Water.
Yeah, I find a lot of people, particularly in this part of the country, we're accustomed to drinking juices, which we're trying to move away from. So some of these flavored products where they're sugar-free, calorie-free, but just have an additional, like this says, splash of flavor are great.
I also see people pour additives into water sometimes. Are those high in sugar, or are there some pretty healthy ones out there?
Most of those are sugar-free. Just look on the package and make sure that it says sugar-free on those packages. And the nice thing about some of your gas stations, or many of them, is you'll find those at checkout.
Very good. These are good suggestions. Anything else we need to remind people about food and traveling and snacks? Did we leave anything out?
Just, some of those leftover serveware that you packed from takeout, keep that. You can pass that to the back seat to that child, and then they can, scoop out some of like this wonderful, yummy chocolate hummus. Okay, and again, they have something to eat on their own. But again, just remember, always pack something that gives you protein, such as the peanut butter, the cheese, the nuts, and the people in your car are going to be a lot happier.
The sooner you start children on healthier alternatives, the better chance you have of them being happy with that down the road, literally.
Right, that is the norm for them. And also they're watching what parents are doing or other caregivers. So make sure that you're practicing what you preach and what you're passing to them in the back seat.
Suzanne Hinson, always one of our favorite guests on Health Matters. Thank you for your time and your expertise. Mike. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So.